What if I told you there's a secret language hidden in plain sight? A code spoken by millions every single day, without them even realizing it. Well, today we're gonna crack that code. I want you to think way back to the very first words you ever learned. You know, the simple sounds you made for food, for water, or to show that you were hurt. What if those weren't just random baby noises? What if they were actual echoes from a civilization thousands of years old? Because believe it or not, it's true. The colloquial Egyptian you hear on the streets today, it's not just Arabic. It's this incredible linguistic tapestry woven with threads from ancient Egyptian, Coptic, and so many other languages. And it's those ancient threads that are just so fascinating because they prove the language of the pyramid builders never really died. So where do we start our tour of this living museum? Well, let's go right back to the very beginning. Let's head to the nursery. Okay, look at these words. Every single one is used by Egyptian parents and their kids every single day. When a baby says mem because they're hungry or embu because they want to drink, they're not just making sounds, they are literally speaking ancient Egyptian. Tata for taking those first shaky steps, nunu for a tiny baby, even wawa for a little boo-boo. These are direct descendants from the age of hieroglyphs. It's history alive and well in its most basic human form. It's kind of mind-blowing. All right, from the nursery, let's go where all the action is, the kitchen. Because if there's one thing that preserves culture and history like nothing else, it's food. And the Egyptian menu? It's practically a history book you can eat. Let's talk about Egypt's national dish, ful medames. The name itself tells a whole story. Medames comes from the ancient word matemis, which means buried. And why? Because that's how they cooked it. They'd bury the pot in hot coals to slow cook the beans all night long. Then you've got basara, which comes from basora, and that just means cooked beans. Simple as that. And aish, the word for bread, originally, that word was for the sacred bread used in temple rituals. So think about that next time you eat these dishes. You're not just having a meal, you're tasting a recipe that's thousands of years old. And it gets even more clever. Okay, so in ancient Egyptian, the word for meat was hat, which, by the way, is why a butcher today is called a hati. Makes sense, right? And the word for bone was bat. So two simple words, hot for meat, bat for bone. Got it? Keep those in your back pocket. Now let's say you're in Egypt and you hear someone described with this phrase right here, hata bata. What do you think that could possibly mean? You got it. It means they're super thin, basically just skin and bones. And this is what's so cool about it. The slang is a literal mashing together of the ancient words for meat and bone. Hata bata. Bata. It's an ancient Egyptian description hiding in modern slang. How amazing is that? Okay, so from the kitchen, let's head out onto the streets. This is where the language is at its most vibrant, its most alive. And you guessed it, the ancient echoes are absolutely everywhere. I really want you to see just how common this is, so we're going to do a quick little lightning round. These are words you'll hear constantly in Egypt, and every single one comes directly from the language of the pharaohs. You ready? Let's go. First up, tannish. When you completely ignore someone, just blow them off, you tannish them. That's straight out of ancient Egypt. Next, kosh. If someone koshes on something, it means they've taken it all. They've seized control, they dominate it. A powerful word and a very, very old one. How about this one? Sek, as in sek al-bab, close the door. Yep, you already know. Pure ancient Egyptian. And finally, ba. It's over, all gone, there's nothing left. Such a simple sound, but it has meant finished in that part of the world for thousands and thousands of years. And that's just scratching the surface. And you know, this linguistic DNA isn't just in the words people say. It's literally written all over the map. The city of Aswan, its name comes from the ancient word Suno, which means market because it was this huge trading hub. The city of Asyut is pretty much just a modern pronunciation of its ancient name, Saut. The past is literally the foundation of the present. But maybe the most incredible, the most unbelievable example of this linguistic survival isn't a word at all. It's hiding in a song, a famous tune that every single Egyptian knows by heart. If you're in Egypt during Ramadan, you'll hear kids in the streets singing this as they carry their colorful lanterns. Wah wah hiya wah wah hi aiya. It's this super joyful, festive song, But what if I told you that sweet little song has absolutely nothing to do with Ramadan or lanterns? What if it's actually a victory chant for a warrior queen from over 3,500 years ago? So get this, the story is absolutely incredible. Way back, when Egypt was ruled by foreign invaders called the Hyksos, it was a queen, Queen Iahotep, who rallied the people to fight back. When her son, Ahmose I, finally succeeded in driving the invaders out, the people flooded the streets to celebrate their amazing queen. And what did they chant? Wawa Iya, which in ancient Egyptian means live, live Iya. That exact chant for that specific queen has survived for 3,500 years. Its real meaning totally forgotten, but its melody perfectly preserved in a kid's holiday song.
And that's really the incredible story of the Egyptian language. What it shows us is that a culture's voice can be so resilient. It adapts, it changes, it evolves, but it never really goes away. The voice of ancient Egypt is still speaking today. It just learned a new accent.
When you think about it, history isn't just something stuck in books or behind glass in a museum. It's alive. It's on our tongues, it's in our kitchens, and it's in the songs we teach our kids. So the next time you speak, listen, really listen. You never know what ancient secrets might be hiding in the words you use every day.